I'm Deb.
I'm Joel.
And welcome back to E.R.P. Custom Creations.
Today we're unboxing the Win 3821 16-inch variable speed scroll saw.
And making our first cuts with it.
And it's packed with quite a few features.
Bi-directional and pinless blade mounting for 0 and 90 degree cuts.
Variable from 400 to 1600 strokes per minute.
Tilts up to a 45 degree angle.
Handles up to 2 inches of wood.
Has a 16-inch throat.
Okay. Let's unbox it and take a better look at it. 1, ready, 2, and 3.
Can one of you guys just please like and subscribe? Just one of y'all.
All right, we're going to do the unboxing part here because I got to get to using this, and then we'll talk about it more after I've used it. This is a Win scroll saw. It's a 16-inch one. And so far, they always package your stuff quite well. So the packaging is more of a formality just to get all this out. Smells like brand new greasy metal. Good, about 16 gauge cable, I'd say at least 6 feet. Take a look at it. Got the switch, variable speed, motor back there. This is a little blower to keep the dust away. Table's tilted back to 90. After I had spent some time with the scroll saw, it was Deb's turn.
One thing I learned when turning, you want it higher, and you always think about the edges, the gullet rather, the edges like your front tires. Use those to steer. And when you're turning and pushing at the same time, it's one of those things that takes practice.
Okay.
And I kind of almost got there.
Oh man, that's real fine. Oh yeah. That's like a coarse one. Okay, that's a 15 tooth. This is a 24th and an 18. When you get a chance, we'll try different ones. Get an idea of how they felt different. Because they only have those two. I think they gave me like a 10 and a 15 is what it was, tooth ones with it. They gave me one each of it.
It's getting stuck on that,
This piece?
no.
Oh, it's like binding a little bit?
No, I'll show you in a minute. Easier.
Yeah, picking out the pieces in the center sometimes are a little fun to get them out of the way.
Deb began practicing with some lettering for a shop site. Then she moved on to experimenting with the few templates we had on hand to sketch out patterns for cutting. Let's clean you up.
Now you get to sweep.
No, trust me, it's been a constant battle of dust in here.
Told you I was gonna stretch that hole out.
You better keep going now. You're peeing.
Oh, guys.
We ordered the Footswitch and found it was a much needed add-on, freeing up both hands. One of the tasks we tackled was creating a template for a custom F-hole shaped headstock.
You already measured to make sure
Yeah,
the holes
I
are
just wanted my eyes to see it. I like. Okay, so this is the fun part. Is however you do it is kind of slowly clean it up. If you need a smaller block of wood or some sandpaper on it to get in there, let me know. Just so we know, I did realize when we were routing this is going to be fun. I'll have to change bits, or I'll show you how to change bits and come in and just do that little point.
Okay.
But we'll also practice that a couple times on some really terry wood. So if you can do it with just barely like pine, if you do it with barely tearing, it'll be good. Yeah, let me know if you need different size. And I think the 150 is going to be good enough if it feels like you need a higher grit, like a coarser grit. Because we're not worried about smoothness, we just want a general uniform flatness because it has a bearing rolling across it. And I don't know if you noticed is that I moved all the disposable stuff we have to reach down and grab all the time right here.
Nice.
Not right over the damn shop. The scroll saw really proved its worth in this moment, making the job much easier and more precise than we had expected. Let's see, I've also got a really coarse sponge, which may help. 180 grit sponge. I usually won't buy these sponges at that low, but I kind of, for this kind of a idea, I thought these might really work. These are handy. These are handy getting in corners.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's basically a box of these little pads that come like this, and $12, $15 for however many they give you. For 12. They're reusable. You can wash them off. Get quite a lot of use out of them if you got to check them and get rid of them. Okay. You did that in like the first go without even having to make a new one. So yeah, give yourself a pat on the back for that one. Okay, well, again, this little scroll saw did its job. I mean,
I like that thing.
Yeah, so
It's fun.
while we're here, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the closing on the review we're doing on this because it's topical. So as you saw, first time we went to cut a piece, experimenting with the new headstock design. She got it perfect. I found the wind scroll saw, it's actually pretty dang sturdy. The 0 to 90 degree way you can change the blades actually made it easier for me to figure out which way I wanted to cut stuff. We've mostly been seeing you keep it one way. I played it with it the other way, and it kind of felt a little bit more natural to how I was wanting to push stuff. I guess because I'm right-handed. It's heavier than hell. It's got a nice cast iron base. It seems to got plenty of power. We added the Footswitch, which literally I think it was like a $12 item. I definitely recommend this. It just makes life a lot easier because you can keep both hands free. You're not up here turning it off and on. In fact, I think you would have probably had a little more of a challenge to going off and on like that.
It honestly reminds me of a sewing machine, except for I'm not putting a stitch in, I'm cutting through it.
So there you go. If you've ever used a sewing machine, you can use one of these.
100%.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like, this is the cons. So it's got to be on a very sturdy platform because it makes the motion we all used to. Very vibrating. So on the table, it's fine. If I try to put it over on the bench where everything's not supported, it's you got to really support your bench. It would be nice if I could clamp it down, but they do make these nice little 3 points in this one. I think No, what it is, it's on the base it gives you. You can tilt up 45 degrees. So you can do, so it's more of a natural sometimes because you don't have so much fatigue from bending over.
Yeah.
Is what that is. The problem is these mounting points are only made for that base. And because of the way they make them, there's really no freaking way of getting your own clamp in there. To clamp it down to a bench, I'd have to basically figure out how to measure where those holes are because they're blind, you can't get to them. And then come from up and screw it with the plate down to put it over there and not have it just shake everything around.
Yeah.
Other than that, little negative, that is the only crappy thing I can find to say about this is you got to have its base or you got to have a good base to put it on because that business. It's really easy to change blades. That's to loosen it. That's just, I should loosen that. That's not even adjustment. And yeah, I mean, honestly, this was about a $120 item. Depending on how it's bought, sometimes you can get a little bit, pay a little more, and it comes with the switch. I still think buying the switch was separate. It's got the light on it, which was kind of handy because you see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I like it has that little air blower that keeps a lot of the dust out of your way. It's got a vacuum port. I haven't even bothered using it yet. As you can see, some stuff is probably falling right out of it. It's about 22, 25 pounds. So there it is. I would. This is an item I would recommend. I would buy this again without a hesitation. Would I buy the Wind bandsaw that we reviewed? Again, I might buy the 10-inch version and not the 9-inch version because it actually is built better. But other than that, they made a winner here. Okay, we got that. So that was a 2 for 1. Look at us go.
Knocking shit out from the walls.
Be sure to head over to our Patreon page to check out bloopers and more content that we could not